Adma, namaste everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for another soulful session after a few months. And my name is Hengameh, and together with Arka, we are so happy to talk to you and guide you through the presentation about 5 components of success. So as usual, let's start with a short invocation, and then we will start with an intro and then the whole presentation. So please close your eyes. Inhale and exhale slowly and deeply. Relax your body. Calm your mind and calm your emotions. If you have any pain or discomfort at any area of your body, bring your awareness to that area and mentally say, I let go. I am not the body. The body is just a vehicle of the soul. I am the soul. I am that I am. Just let go of any pain or discomfort in your body. Stay calm, stay still and receptive. Now bring your awareness to your thoughts and your emotions. Just observe each and every thought that comes to your mind and fades away. Mentally say, I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. Thoughts and emotions are just products of the soul. I am the soul. I am that I am. Visualize all your thoughts and emotions disintegrate and disappear. What remains is just brilliant white light. Inhale slowly and deeply. Exhale slowly and deeply. Now bring your awareness higher to your crown chakra located on top of your head and mentally say, to the Supreme Being, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to our spiritual teacher, to Master Chua Koksui, to Lord Mahaguruji Mailing, to all the great ones, all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Thank you for all of your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, and divine power, divine guidance, help, and protection. Thank you so much for bringing us together here to learn and grow more. Thank you in full faith. Inhale slowly, inhale all the blessings. Exhale slowly and be aware of your whole body. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Inhale slowly, inhale all the blessings. And exhale slowly. Now please put your 2 hands in a namaste position in front of your heart. Be aware of the presence of each and every person in this session and mentally say, Namaste. Thank you for being here. And when you are comfortable, simply open your eyes with a big smile. Namaste and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's start with an intro, and our dear friend Arka will guide us through the intro.
Thank you, Hengameh. First questions first to everybody. Audio is clear. Can you hear us nice and loud? If yes, just write a yes in the chat or put your thumbs up so we can see the response. Perfect. Loud and clear. All right, fantastic. Now, we have a second question for you. In your respective cultures, in your respective traditions, how many of you will be celebrating your new year sometime around this time? How many of you will be celebrating your new year sometime around this time, or perhaps within a month or so of this particular time? So a lot of people saying me, and I can see my co-host nodding her head. So happy Nowruz to all those who are joining in. The reason why we are starting the manifestation series at this particular time is because in many cultures and traditions globally, the new year starts with the advent of spring. The new year starts with the advent of spring. I mean, think about it. It makes sense that a new beginning starts when the world is getting refreshed and it's nice and fresh, and the flowers are blooming and the birds are chirping and people are sneezing because of the hay fever and season change. It makes more sense to start a new beginning with new things rather than in the middle of winter. So we are going to be bringing in a lot of fresh energies at this particular time. You agree? If yes, just say yes in the chat. Do you agree that now is the time when the world is going through a new beginning with a new energy? We are going to start with this. So in this particular session, where we talk about manifesting success, we will be talking about 5 very interesting components. It's about direction, it's about willpower, it's about thought power, it's about commitment, and of course, entitlement and what we can do to tie it all together. A lot of these techniques might seem very familiar to you. To a lot of you, you'd be thinking, this is not nothing new. But these teachings are based, or these sessions are based on the teachings and guidelines we have from our teacher, Master Chua Kuk Sui. And Master Chua Kuk Sui has a quote which says that knowing is not enough. Okay, you must produce results. And knowing, well, there are 4 components to that. There's knowing, there's remembering, there's practicing, and there's mastering. So if some of the topics are familiar, congratulations, you know them and you remember them. We'll try and make it practicing, and we will try to, well, hopefully with more practice, take you to the next level where you can start manifesting things easily. So part of your learning program, have a good posture. So the moment we say good posture, it means sit straight, spine straight, breathe easily, maintain eye contact. Well, obviously I can't see everyone, so if I try to make eye contact with everybody, my eyes will be going round and round in circles. But look at the screen, make your breathing easy, have an open mind. If there's something that you have a question about, put it in the chat and we'll answer it. Okay, so let's begin the session, and I would request that Hengameh would take over from here.
Thank you so much, Arko. So based on Master Chua Kuk Sui's teaching, manifestation is a science. Magic is the science of manifestation using divine laws. Now, some people call it magic because they don't know what is the principle behind it, what is the technology. But for us, who we know the principles of energy, or we are trying to know by joining these sessions, we are trying to understand more. It's not magic anymore. It's science of manifestation. So when we actually follow the steps one by one, we surely achieve results. And that's why it's called science. Science means it's experimented, it's documented, and it works every time. And as Arko said, we are going to talk about 5 components. First one, starting with direction, which is about our purpose, setting goals. Willpower is the power that make it happen. Thought power is about how, like, give it again direction, but we will talk about it a bit more detail to remove whatever is affecting our manifestation power, and then energizing whatever we want to attract. Commitment refers to whatever effort we put into an entitlement. So we are going to talk about these 5, starting with direction. Okay, so Zig Ziglar says, just as ships are built to sail the seas, planes to fly the heavens, and house for living, so is human created for a purpose. So we are all here for a reason. Okay, now in some of the sessions before, we talked about how to recognize or how to know the purpose of our life. But all of us joined this session because we already have some purpose in mind, that we want to make it a success, right? We all have some projects, some ideas, some plans, some wishes that we want to make it happen. We want to achieve success in relation to those. So all of those are our purposes. It gives our life direction. Now, if we don't have a target, can we hit one? Without direction, we are just living our life without any direction to move. Like I sometimes give this example. Let's say you want to travel. Okay, so you decide this weekend I want to travel. So I'm giving this example from Malaysian cities, but you think about your own country. Let's say you are in Kuala Lumpur and then you decide, okay, I want to go to Penang, which is in north. So you start driving towards Penang and suddenly you meet someone on the road who says, oh, JB is really nice. JB is in the south. You change your direction, you go to the south. Then something happened, you think of Malacca, which is like in the east. So you see, without any direction, you end up reaching nowhere in these 2 days because we move in circles. Direction, goals give us direction to move towards a certain, purpose. Now, Yale University in 1953 did a study, and they found out only 3% of senior graduate students had determined well-written goals. 20 years later, they did another survey on that whole batch, and they realized that those 3% accomplished more. There are so many researches done on the importance of goals, purposes, and targets. This is one of them. So goals help us focus, move forward, and have clarity and direction. So our energy, when later we talk about willpower, thought power, commitment, and all of that, we can focus our energy, our attention towards one or a few goals or purposes. Now, in the chat, can you please let me know how many of you starting this year, whether you started like you celebrated New Year in January or now, how many of you have clear written goals for your whole year? Please put it in the chat so we see how many of us already have it. Like it should be clear, it should be written, it should be okay, very good. Some of you have and some of you don't. And then even goal setting as a science. So we might have a goal, but we may not have goals in every important aspect of life. Now, how many of you only have a physical goal or a financial goal, but not about anything else, just a financial goal? How many of you have more? Okay, we will talk about what are the important aspects of life and why we have goals and why we don't have. Now, why don't people have goals? These are some of the reasons. So if you don't have goals, please try to reflect and see if you go into one of these categories. First of all, some people are not sold to have one. So some people, they don't know why they need to have goals. What is the importance of having goals? We just discussed about some of the important aspects, like why we need to have goals. So for some people, it's not important because they don't know the science of manifestation. So they don't know that it's really important. Number two, they don't know how to set goals. Now, because setting goals is also a science, we need to know exactly what to write. It should be simple, it should be straight to the point, it should be the end result, and it should be in important aspects of our life, not just, let's say, financial goal, because you don't want to be rich but unhappy, right? So we need to make sure we cover all, whatever is important. Number three, they have certain amount of fear. There is a risk involved when you say, I want to do this. Now, some people, they don't set goals because of low self-esteem. Now, why is that? Because when you already set a goal for yourself, for example, I want to achieve this level by this time, I want to raise this much of money, I want to get this much of money by this time, you are already making yourself accountable for that, right? So when that time comes and you have not achieved your goal, you feel defeated, right? So when you say, I want to do this, this is my purpose, some people have fear that what if I don't achieve my purpose? So because of low self-esteem, they prefer not to have goals. So if they don't achieve it, they don't feel bad about themselves. And number four, some people don't set goals, again, because of poor self-image, but not because they have fear, but because they think they don't deserve. That is another reason. Now, you should go really, really deep, reflect, and see, this the reason why I don't have goals? And if yes, when we talk about thought power, when we talk about purification, we need to remove that from our system, because that would be a hindrance to success. Now, if you have not set goals and if you have other reasons for it and you want to share with a group, please put in the chat so we know what is the reason why you don't have goals, if it's not part of these, because these are just 4 examples for people who don't have goals. Now, how to set goals? Again, we said it's science, right? We need to set goals in 4 different areas of our life, not just financial goal, because human beings are multifaceted. We have different bodies, right? Now, for some of you who have some esoteric knowledge or studies, we know that we have a physical body, we have an emotional or astral body, we have a mental body, and we have causal body. Let's call them spiritual bodies, okay? Now, each of these bodies need to be sustained, need energy to be sustained, okay? Now, the reason why we set goals in these 4 areas is that each of the bodies need energy to be able to function. And if the body don't get enough energy, the body will get very weak. Now, starting with the physical body, etheric body together, they are called physical body. Now, what is the food for the physical body? For the physical body is the physical food that you eat. Etheric body needs energy. Now, how you can provide yourself with the food for the physical body? Money. So that's why financial targets are very important, to make sure our physical body has enough food to sustain. Now, again, we use money to buy so many other things, including joining spiritual classes, but let's look at that later. Now, next, emotional body. What is the food for emotional body? Please put in the chat if you think of something. Emotional body needs what food to sustain, to get strong? Love. Fantastic. So that's why relationship target is very important, because we need to make sure the emotional body is also happy. Otherwise, we might end up having a lot of money, but not happiness, no one to share it with. And we may become depressed, like so many businessmen and women, they're so prosperous, but not happy. Now, next, mental body. What is the food for mental body to stay strong, to sustain? Learn, okay, knowledge. Yes, knowledge. The mental body needs knowledge. Needs, like, mental body is where we think, we process information, we store information. So it needs knowledge, and self-development target help us achieve that. Means learning new skills, means go to classes. It doesn't have to be spiritual. It could be just learning how to do photography, learning a new software, learning, you know, some knowledge that you don't have, cooking, whatever. That helps the mental body to get the knowledge and to work and to stay healthy. And lastly, a spiritual body, of course, needs spiritual energy. How do we do that? Charity work, service. Okay, so learning spiritual classes is under self-development target, but when you actually do something to help others, you do charity work, you do service, you do character building, you do whatever like that, it's under spiritual target. Like how many people you want to touch, how many lives you want to touch this year, that is under spiritual target. Okay, now let's move on. So how can we do that? Let's do it together, because at the end of the day, we are going to bless everybody, all your wishes. If you already have wishes, very good. If not, we will do it together. At the end of the day, at the end of the session, we are going to bless them all. And throughout the session, we are also going to do purification and all of this. Okay, so first of all, reflect. Think about your life. Decide what you want to achieve in the following areas. Number 1, finances. How much do you want to earn in 2024? What is your target? Is it a monthly target, or at the end of the year, how much you want to have in profit? Relationship targets. where you want to be in your relationship. If you are single, you may want to be in a relationship. If you are in a relationship, you maybe want to start a family, you maybe want to push it further. It doesn't have to be romantic relationship. Maybe it's with your family. You have an issue with your father or mother or someone that you want to improve, you want to fix. Whatever it is, you can write it down. That could be your target for relationships this year. Self-development. What new skills do you want to develop? Is there a class, spiritual class that you are thinking that you want to attend? And this could be the year to do it. Is it something else? You want to learn how to write apps or how to make websites or how to learn a certain software and work with it? That could be your target. And spirituality. How many people do you want to help? How many lives do you want to touch? Think of a project like you want to spread meditation on Twin Hearts, for example, or meditation if you're not in pranic healing. You want to spread healing, do you want to do healing on others? Whatever it is, you can write it down as your spiritual targets. And as Master says always, write your goals down. You can make a vision board if you want, and keep blessing your goals regularly. You start from today and you can continue doing it. Okay, if you are done, let's move on to the next important component, and that is willpower. I will pass it to Arko to guide us through this. Thanks.
Thank you, Hengameh. Willpower is personally one of my most favorite topics, one of my most favorite subjects. You've heard of the very popular saying, right? When there's a will, there's a way. You've heard of this saying. If you have heard of this saying, just say a yes, because this is an important part. You see, why are we asking you that you follow through by writing things, by moving yourself? Because what influences the inner world influences the physical world. How you feel. Okay, let's put it this way. If I'm sitting like this, would you say I'm feeling very confident and very powerful? Go on, everyone, sit like this. Okay, sit like this. Hunch your shoulders, kneel back down, stick your stomach out, and go, ugh, I feel powerful. Do you feel powerful? Go on. You don't, right? Now, sit up straight, puff your chest out, take a deep breath, all right? Put your hands out like I say, I feel powerful. Say it. Say it with me. I feel powerful. I am strong. I am capable. How do you feel? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? You should be feeling a lot of energy, right? Put this in the chat. Put that in the chat. When you change the way the situation is inside, you change the way the world is outside. So as Master Choa Kok Sui says, creation is done by will, by influencing the inner world. So we can do something very simple as we can say, Lord God, thank you for guiding my willpower. Thank you for making me strong. And then we can just close our eyes and have more energy. So let's go on to the next slide and see how we can use this knowledge. Let's go to the next. Yeah. So power. There are two aspects to willpower. One is power and one is purpose. Without power, you cannot manifest the purpose. And without purpose, power without purpose is, it gets wasted, it diffuses. So power becomes impotent. So what is purpose? Purpose is very simply put, the why. Why do you do what you do? A lot of people say, I want to become an instructor and I want to spread pranic healing. Why? Why? And they say, it's because my life has changed and I want to help and impact other people. And I'll take a magnifying glass and say, are you sure that's the real reason? Is that why you're spreading it? And then some people, they come and say, well, actually, my friends, they're doing it and I kind of want to learn and I want to do this and do that. Okay, sure. Now you're being honest with yourself. And I found that there's some people, when they are starting to be honest with themselves as to why they want to do something, they start producing better results. Have you noticed this? Have you noticed that when you know why you want to do something, if you're working in an office, okay, how many of you are working in an office? And how many of you have your own businesses? Can you, let's have a thing in the chat. How many of you in the office, just write office, and how many of you run your own business, just write business. Let's put that there, okay? This exercise is something that the business people are going to, so, okay, nice blend between office, 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 business, business, business. Okay, mostly office right now. In office, if your boss gives you a project and you don't know why you're doing that, do you feel motivated? You're just one person, you're just one cog in the wheel where you're doing the whole thing. But if the boss tells you, hey, you know what? This project is going to help these people. That's just the purpose, and our company is going to make a lot of money, and you're going to earn a lot of bonus. You feel motivated, right? You feel very motivated that this is what I want to do. This is what I belong to do. So this gives you a sense of purpose. Along with this purpose, there comes motivation. And when you have motivation, you develop the willpower. Now, this is, say, for example, an example of people who are working in an organization. Let's take the example of the people who are in business, okay? And I can see some of my friends here in the chat, and I'm going to take a real life example that we did some months ago for a particular organization. If you know, if I'm referring to your example, you owe me chocolates, okay? And you know what kind of chocolates I like. So it's a husband and wife team, okay? And they are very into pranic healing and arhatic yoga, and they're trying to spread pranic healing, and they're having some things with their business. One of them messaged me, this was quite some months back, that they lost one of their clients and they were very demotivated about it. So the question asked was, which client, how much money was the person contributing to your billing? Turns out that that particular client was actually not paying them their bills, and they were wasting a lot of time and energy in following up. So my response was, congratulations, you can now focus on other clients. And they were zapped. Like, what? They reread the message a few times. So when we met over business and we were discussing, I had them write down the qualities that they want in a client. They sat down and they wrote down, okay, that we want our clients to be prosperous. Do you want a client who doesn't pay you? Pranic healers, how many service healings are you doing? Don't you want that client who pays you a lot of money? You know, your good clients for your businesses. Don't you just really want people who keep giving you lots and lots of money and they're one of your easy clients? So they wanted the clients to have a lot of prosperity. They wanted the clients to have good communication. They wanted the clients in which they could go and travel because they really enjoy traveling. So that's another aspect of their lives which became a part of it. So after putting all of these things together, we removed the bottom. We had them write 10 items each, put them together, remove the bottom items, and finally we got 3 words: impact, excitement, and abundance. This business started getting clients whose projects would create an impact in the lives of other people. They wanted to be excited about working on that project, and they wanted the projects to bring them a lot of abundance and prosperity. And that's what started happening. When you sit down with a purpose, when you write down, these are my goals, these are the kinds of people that I want to work with, this is the organization I want to work with, when your purpose becomes clear, you start influencing the inner world to a much better extent. Which then takes us to the next sub-point about one-pointedness. That power comes from restricting yourself voluntarily. And you must have one-pointedness in your purpose. If you have too many purposes, you will not have constancy. Basically, what this means is that you need to eliminate unnecessary activities. So here's a very interesting management lesson, is that your greatest successes will come from saying no to things. Your greatest success will come from saying what? No to things. You want to Netflix and chill? Yes. Do you want to do it at the cost of your business and income? No. It's nice to have time for relaxation. It's important to have time for relaxation. But how many of us take that phone, go onto Instagram or TikTok, and we just reel or video after video after video after video? We do that, right? We do that, right? What is the point of consuming 20-second content over and over again? We need to be able to say no to things. That this is my time for Instagram. I'm going to spend 20 minutes per day, not per hour, per day on Insta. That's it. I'm going to spend this much time on work. I am not going to be doing anything else. We need to have those targets, right? Relationship target, a spiritual and self-development target, and your health targets and financial targets and all of that. How will you go out and improve your relationships if you're spending all day swiping left and right? And this is a very common question that we get messages from people saying, hey, we feel personally attacked We're not personally attacking you. If you want a good relationship, go out and meet people. Don't swipe on your screen. Meet people. If you want to go and earn money, don't watch videos on 10 ideas to make money from home. Go and get a job or start a business. Don't just watch videos about a business and then have FOMO, fear of missing out on stuff that you didn't get. So you need to have one-pointedness. You're going to have to say no to a lot of useless and wasteful things, right? So we got to practice. What do we do? Let's look at the next one. Let's look. Schedule, eliminate, include recreation, and take note of your responsibilities. So you got to write down your goals. And I have no problem showing this. This is my checklist. This is my job list over the last year. And as you can see, there are just like stuff written down over and over again. Okay, calendars and everything, always written down. All the goals are always written down with a check mark, that we have to see what goals are we accomplishing. There are many daily targets, there are many weekly targets, monthly targets, and some of them for an entire year ahead. Yes or no? Does this make sense? Yes or no? In the chat, please. Does this make sense? You need to have daily, weekly, monthly, and even annual targets. Make sense? Yes? Yes or no? One person agrees. Great. May you be blessed with impact, excitement, and abundance. All right. Okay, more people agreeing. Fantastic. The next part, you need to eliminate the activities which do not contribute to your goal. So one example given was of, endlessly scrolling on social media. So what are the activities that are not contributing to your goal? You need to make a list of your habits. A lot of people, the first thing they do when they wake up in the morning is to reach for their phone and start checking messages. It's a nice thing that you're so in tune with everyone who wants to connect to you. But the first thing, and this is a very important part, the first thing that you feed your mind in the morning after waking up is what is going to set your tone for the rest of the day. It's called priming. So priming is the same thing as telling your mind that this is what we're going to do. Okay, let's get ready for the world. Let's make a lot of money. Let's have a good relationship. Let's improve lives for other people. But you wake up and to the news of some accident somewhere, some bombing somewhere else. You're just telling your mind that, oh, things are depressing, things are sad. Your energy goes down. So you have to eliminate, or you have to schedule the time in which you're going to say, okay, now is the time for bad news. Let's switch on the news. Let's open up all the conspiracy theories. For 20 minutes, I will only watch bad news. Schedule the time. Scheduling is an important part because you have to put time in for recreation, for relaxation. Okay, this is a very important part. It acts as a break, because what happens, your Ajna chakra, everyone here who has an Ajna chakra, just put a thumbs up. Everyone here who has an Ajna chakra, thumbs up, please. 1 Ajna chakra, 3 Ajna chakras, 4 Ajna. Do I see 5? 7. Fantastic. All those with an Ajna chakra, yes, fantastic. You're allowed to laugh. What happens is, if you're constantly being intense, that willpower, your Ajna is going to get overloaded. It's going to get congested and then eventually depleted. So what you want is to give your Ajna a break. You want to use that time to rest, to relax, to chill out. So then you can scroll social media. Then you can send cat videos to your friends for 20 reels in their inbox. Okay, you can watch the funny memes. You can chill out, go for a walk even. Now, I'm just constantly talking about social media because that's an aspect that has become a very important, large part of our lives. But it's important to have hobbies that take care of the various aspects of our lives. You must have a hobby which improves your physical health. So you like play a sport like football or badminton or swimming or even walking. You need to have a hobby that takes care of that. Okay, you need to have a hobby, a recreation that takes care of your mental growth, like reading or watching documentaries or something like that sort. Okay, and there's some person who's just sent a text that they check their forex trading charts the first thing in the morning, like probably with one eye open, which is very interesting. It's like a digital pirate, one eye open and you're reading the messages, and that data probably doesn't help them first thing in the morning. So if you know it, why do you do it? The answer is simple. It's habit. It's habit. We have the habit of taking our phones and just consuming data. The world rewards people who produce things. People who keep consuming, they keep paying. Okay, that's an interesting social media lesson, by the way. So the world rewards producers. So anyway, all of that apart, you need to take care of your health, you need to take care of your mind, you need to take care of what you're consuming. So take a note also of your family responsibilities. Okay, include your duties to your parents, to your partners, to your siblings, to your pets, to those around you. So it's very important that you need to use and exercise your willpower in order to move things the way you want them to move. Okay, you need to align your thoughts to your will. And here is the difference between willpower and thought power. Okay, willpower, you change the world. What do you do? How do you do that? Thought power. And for that, I'll request Hengameh to take the next part.
Thank you so much, Arko. Okay, so willpower, already discussed by Arko. Now, thought power. Materialization is done through creating thought forms by influencing the inner world. Okay, now if you study Master Choa Sui's teachings, in the Golden Lotus Sutras, there are a lot of quotes and information about materialization, thought power, Kriya Shakti, and how you can use the power of thought to influence the inner world and to influence the physical world to achieve what you want. Now, in relation to thought power, a lot of us do a lot of goal setting and everything, and we feel very positive about it. But what we don't usually do is to purify ourselves from the negative thoughts that is affecting the positive thought. Or sometimes we set a goal which is too high that immediately after we think doubt, like doubtful thoughts. And that will actually weaken the goal or the thought, the positive thought that we created before. Okay, so when it comes to thought power, purification, then manifestation, and then putting energy, or while manifestation, we put energy into it. And after manifesting, after creating that power, then we put energy to make it faster, to make the materialization faster. So purification refers to removing negative thoughts, self-sabotaging thoughts, doubt, poverty consciousness, and negative attitude towards life. Okay, as Master Choa Sui says, external obstacles are nothing compared to internal obstacles. Your greatest limitation comes from within, not from without. Okay, so before we bless the goals that we have done later, we will do this practice together to remove whatever doubts, self-sabotaging thoughts, negative thoughts that we have in relation to the goals we just set. Okay, manifestation. Now, spoken words have power, written words have power, thought forms are real, based on Master Choa Sui's teachings. Now, thoughts needs to be clear, simple, and not complicated. Sometimes we create a thought form that is so complicated. It should be simple, to the point. And then materialization requires energy. Okay, so as he says in the Golden Lotus Sutra, set goals when you are in your best mood. Now, let's do this together before we move on. I want you all to close your eyes, put your goals in front of you, or just have a look at them so you know what are the goals. You remind yourself. Close your eyes. Think about negative thoughts, doubts, negative attitude, whatever you have in relation to each of these goals. Okay, so the first one, financial goals. You have set already a financial target for yourself. Now, when you think about it, what are the negative thoughts that come to your mind? Do you have doubts regarding achieving them? Do you have fear? Do you have negative thought? You think, I don't think I can achieve this. This is too high, whatever. Just be aware of those thoughts. Just observe them. Don't feel emotional. We are going to remove them. We are going to do a practice together, mass healing, remove these, but just observe, okay? Because when you feel emotional, you get entangled. So don't feel emotional, just observe. Next one, relationship target. What are your negative thoughts in relation to your target? Do you feel it's possible? Sometimes you think, I'm single all this while, how can I find someone in 1 year? Or whatever negative thoughts you have in relation to your current relationship, whatever negative thoughts, doubts, whatever you have, just observe. Just be aware of them. Awareness is very important. Without awareness, change is impossible. So we at least need to know what are these negative thoughts so we can remove them. Next, self-development target. What are your negative thoughts? Sometimes you think, oh, this is very expensive to go and learn this class. If you have that poverty thought, think about it. You want to attend a retreat, I don't know, one of Master Choku's her teachings, or another class in terms of spirituality, healing, whatever. Think about it. What are your negative thoughts? Sometimes you think, oh, it's very far, I can't travel, it's expensive, I don't have time. Think about all of those negative thoughts that you may have. And last one, spiritual target. So sometimes you may think people don't take me seriously, I don't have time to do this. So whatever negative thoughts you have, or I don't deserve, I'm not that influential, I can't, touch people's lives, who am I to do that? So all of these thoughts, just observe, be aware. Okay. Now let's start with a short invocation to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to our spiritual teacher, to Master Chokuksui, to Lord Mahaguruji Mailing, and all the great ones, to all the healing angels, healing ministers, to all the beings of light. Thank you so much for all of your priceless blessings. Thank you for your divine healing energies. Thank you for helping us release and let go of all these negative thoughts. Thank you in full faith. Now be aware of your crown chakra. Visualize this brilliant divine energy, this brilliant light entering your crown chakra and spreading throughout your body, tracing out any negative thoughts, emotions, energies, whatever you just observed. Disintegrate them and expel them out of your system and raising them into higher vibrations. Just be still and be aware. Divine energy entering your crown chakra. Goes down to your forehead, ajna, throat, goes down, solar plexus, navel, 6 basic, your whole body is cleansed, your crown chakra is cleansed, normalized and healed, your forehead chakras are cleansed, normalized and healed, your ajna chakras are cleansed, normalized and healed. Mentally say, I let go. I am super receptive and super conductive to all these divine healing energies. All the negative thoughts, energies, emotions in your ajna chakra get disintegrated and expelled out, raised into higher vibrations. So be it. Divine energy now goes down to your throat, disintegrating any negative thoughts, emotions, energies from your throat chakra. Expel them out. Raise them into higher vibration. Energy goes down. Your front heart is cleansed. Your back heart is cleansed, normalized, and healed. Your throat chakra is cleansed, normalized, and healed. Divine energy goes down. Your back heart chakra is activated. Energy goes down to your front solar plexus. This is where most of our negative emotions are stored. Be aware of your front and back solar plexus and mentally say, I choose to let go. I let go of all these self-defeating, self-sabotaging thoughts. Divine energy goes to your front solar plexus, disintegrating all negative thoughts, emotions, energies, expel them out, raise them all into higher vibrations. So be it. Divine energy goes to your back solar plexus. All your negative thoughts, emotions, energies get disintegrated, expelled, and all raised into higher vibrations. With God's blessings and in full faith, your front and back solar plexus chakras are cleansed, energized, normalized, and healed. Divine energy now goes down to your navel, Your navel chakras are cleansed, normalized, and healed. Your Mengmen chakra is cleansed and healed. Divine energy goes down to your 6 chakras. Are all cleansed, normalized, and healed. And finally goes to your basic chakras. All your basic chakras are cleansed, energized, normalized, and healed. You are filled with prosperity energy, with enthusiasm, with power, with conviction that you can achieve your goals. You can achieve success. Just visualize. Now we go to the manifestation part. Visualize you have achieved all your goals one by one, starting from the financial targets. Visualize you have achieved your target. You are happy. You are happy in your relationship. You have attended the classes that you aim for. And visualize you are donating, you are doing service, you are conducting sessions, you are helping a lot of people. So be it. So be it. So be it. The Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to our spiritual teacher, to Master Chua Foksui, Lord Mahaguruji Mailing, and all the great ones, thank you so much for all of your priceless blessings. Thank you in full faith. Now smile and open your eyes with that big smile on your face. Fantastic. So see, purification is very important. If you know techniques such as pranic psychotherapy, please use them regularly. There is a technique in pranic psychotherapy called whiteboard technique. You can use that very often. Whenever any negative thought comes to your mind, you can easily put it in the whiteboard and erase. Okay, so this is what we did. Be aware. So we close our eyes, we thought about whatever negative thoughts. This is a very important part, because we need to be aware of whatever negative thoughts we have to be able to disintegrate them and release them. So we release them. We just did a mass healing together, because group energy has power to release, to help everybody release. But sometimes you're on your own. If you don't know psychotherapy, you can just simply recognize that thought. Again, don't be emotional, don't give energy to it, just observe, just be aware of it, and just mentally say, I let go, with conviction. That's all. If you know pranic psychotherapy, you can either do healing for yourself, or you can put it in a whiteboard and erase. Then visualize yourself doing the right thing. Visualize you have achieved your goals. You can look at, if you have made vision board, you can look at it with conviction, with happiness. You can always bless your goals and plans. And mass healing was what we did together. Okay, now let's move on to commitments. Thank you.
Thank you, Hengameh, and that healing was powerful. So extra double thank you. How's everyone feeling? Scale of 1 to 10. Let's have some numbers. So 10, fantastic. High, excellent. 10, wonderful. All right, now let's do something. If I ask you, someone's feeling 11. now where the average is now moving higher and higher. Wonderful, great stuff. Okay, so let's ask you this question. Are you committed? If we ask you this question, are you committed? A part of you, some of you will say, I am still single. That's not the kind of commitment we're talking about. Okay, this is not the Facebook relationship status. Okay, because we get it, it's complicated. That's not what we're asking about. We're asking if you have commitment to various goals and targets. Do you have a commitment towards your fitness? Are you trying to lose weight? All right. Are you trying to get fitter? Are you trying to perhaps ensure that you don't fall sick in the future? Do you need to stay strong and healthy for your kids, perhaps? Or do you need to stay strong and healthy for your grandchildren or for your elderly parents? What do you need to stay strong and healthy for? Next question, do you have a commitment towards something emotional? Are you willing, are you ready to do activities which sometimes seem tough, but is necessary for your growth? Are you committed towards putting in a mental effort, making a detailed plan? Are you committed to putting in a spiritual effort, which is getting together in a group and blessing and helping humanity? So there are 4 levels of commitment: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, which ties in with what Hengameh said earlier on in the chat, in the session, that you have the physical body, you have the emotional body, you have the mental body, you have the spiritual body, all of these various bodies working together. These are your bodies. Who are you? I am the soul. You are the soul. I have a physical body. I am not the physical body, but I have a physical body and I need to take care of it. I need to give it nutritious food. I need to give it proper exercise. I need to give it good rest and recovery. I am not the emotions and I am not the thoughts, but I have emotions and I have thoughts. So it's important to have the right emotions and to have right thoughts which are not injurious. And again, this is my favorite example from in my travels with Hengameh. Is she's teaching a class and she says some people are very nice and loving verbally, yes, yes, so nice, but mentally they're doing kung fu. Okay, watch Kung Fu Panda 4. It's pretty good. It's really nice. Okay, he actually comes face to face with his own inner self in a way. So that emotional, that mental effort has to be there. And ultimately, there has to be a spiritual commitment, which means you have to use the knowledge, to use the techniques that you have got to energize your goals and your plans. So mental effort, you make a detailed plan. Emotional effort, you have the desire to make it happen. Physical effort, you take the necessary actions. And this is an area where a lot of people fall short. Okay, physical effort. I would request each and every one of you to keep your phone aside for a little moment and look around your room and tell me, is there clutter? Do you have mess and clutter in your room? Are there piles of books which are stacked away? Clothes, we all have that. For all those who are joining us from their bedrooms, you all have that chair which has all the clothes. You know, don't shake your head. I know you got it because I got it. We all got it. Okay, we all have it. We have that one chair. Yes. So this room, no, thank you for being honest. Do you have clutter in your other rooms? Okay. I can ask you, do you have clutter in your mind? What kind of thoughts are in your mind? Do you have clutter in your emotions? We all have them. Okay. So we are going to work a little bit on removing them. So let me ask you this quick question. You'll get a poll in front of you. Let's work on a target for today. Okay. Do you want to work on your health target? Do you want to work on your wealth target? Or do you want to work on your relationship target? Because as we just learned, group effort is super duper powerful. So we are going to choose one target only that the majority decides, and we're going to work towards that. Right? I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to finish writing the poll, and after which the poll will end, and whoever's got the majority wins. Health and wealth moving very fast. No one cares about the relationships. Okay, right? 20 people for health, 24 people for wealth, relationships. Okay, everyone's got good relationships here. Fantastic. Everyone wants to work on wealth. I think we've got a winner. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. So let's share the results. You'll be seeing the results on your screen popping up. Wealth beating out health by a tiny margin. So 44% of people want to work on their wealth targets, and 41% of people want to work on their health targets, and 15 people who want to work on their relationships. All right, you know what? Good for you. We will be having more sessions where we work on all of these. This session, you want to work on wealth? You want to work on wealth? You want to work on wealth? Yeah, all right, let's do. And for those who said who want to work on all three, yes, we'll be having more sessions. So join all of the future sessions so that we can cover everything in a nice holistic way. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's go on to the next slide, and we are going to be thinking of one of your goals, which is your financial goal. Okay, we're working only on finances, and I'm telling you a very specific target. Think about how much money you want to earn this year. Think about how much money you are going to be earning this year. Okay, you don't need to write it in the chat. In fact, don't write it in the chat, because certain targets should be personal, but you should write it down in your notebook, in your diary alongside. So take out your pen, put it on paper that this year I am earning X amount of euro or X amount of Swiss francs or X amount of Singapore dollars, right? Notice I'm using high value currencies so you feel more prosperous. Okay, write that down. Think about what are the possible obstacles you may face. So the potential obstacles that come our way in making money is that we don't have the customers. We don't know where we're going to be making the money from. So you write down finding new leads and targets. Don't look at your existing pool. So here's an example from, say, I've seen a lot of people do this. They're teaching a class and they go on Facebook and they have the communities for that particular workshop where everyone has done the workshop, and they'll go to that group and they'll post it over there saying, I'm having a workshop on this day for this subject, please join. Everyone there has already done the workshop. There's no point in advertising to people who've already got it. So you need to go out of your comfort zone and reach an area where they have not yet done this particular course. Okay, you could be talking about colors, you could be talking about marketing, you could be talking about, I don't know, pranic healing even. You need to go out there and find people who don't have what you have and then sell it. So it's a very simple question. If you want to be earning 100,000, okay, of any currency, if you want to be earning 100,000 every month, you can either sell it for 100 for $1 to 100,000 people, or you can sell it to 10,000 people for $10, or you can sell it to I don't know, you can sell it to 1,000 people for $100. Do you have a product or service that's worth $100, 100 euro? Can you sell it to 1,000 people? Or you can flip that script and say, do you have something worth $1,000 that you can sell to 100 people every month? Think backwards. You have your goal, you have your target. We're using mental planning and moving backward. So think about what are the resources you will need in order to achieve it. Maybe you need to hire somebody for sales and marketing. Maybe you need to take a marketing course yourself. Maybe you need a directory of people. Maybe you need to start calling. And when you start doing that effort, the next level comes in is what is the emotional response that you get from this? So I feel good when I achieve my targets and I reward myself with, I don't know, iced tea or chocolate. Okay. It depends on what's in front of me, what I'm perceiving. It depends on what I can get out of it. And then make a schedule and stick to it. So I found that having a diary and checking things off is very emotionally rewarding to me, that I feel that it's done. Likewise, it drives into the mental effort. Physical effort is, do you need to go out and do this activity? Do you need to go and meet people? What do you need to do in order to make sure that your target happens? If you're saying that I'm a person who's selling fitness, okay, I'm selling health and healing, but I got dark circles and I'm overweight and my hair's falling off, people are going to look at me and say, you don't know what you're talking about, right? If you are selling health or healing, you can't afford to look unhealthy. That's just ridiculous. If you are selling financial success, that I'm doing something about prosperity, you need to look good in your business suit. You need to go out there and look prosperous. Okay, you can't go out there looking unshaved. You can't go out there, well, okay, if you're a person who shaves, you can't go out there looking not prosperous. Again, not a personal attack. These are things which fall in our mental blind spot. We need to remove the mental blind spot. Okay, we need to think about, if this is the product that we are selling, then am I a product of my product, as some of the seniors say? And eventually, at the end of all of this, what is the spiritual effort? When we are tired, all you got to do is touch the Ajna chakra and say will, and will. We apply self-healing techniques. We meditate regularly. We'll talk about that in a short point as we go on to entitlement. But what I want to tell you in this final part is, touch your Ajna chakra, okay? Just touch your Ajna chakra and say will. What are you willing for? Do you have a target in mind? So think of your financial target, think of the money, think of that financial figure. Ready? Everybody ready? Touch your Ajna chakra, think of that money figure. Will. Lord God, repeat after me, repeat verbally after me. Lord God, thank you for blessing me with the will, with the intelligence, with the commitment to meet my targets, my financial targets. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you in full faith. Now open your eyes. How do you feel? Let's have it in the chat. How are you feeling? How close is the target? You can just feel it, right? Let's make that happen. Okay, so on a scale 1 to 10, let's see how everyone's feeling. And we are now going to move on to the next part about being entitled and how we can use this to the next level. So I'll request Hengameh for this next session.
Thank you so much. Okay, entitlement. This is something that we always talk about. And I think many people in the spiritual path, many people in pranic healing, they talk about this entitlement. That is how we learn from Master Choa Kok Sui. The science of materialization works only if you have something to karmically withdraw. What you want to receive is what you must give. Master Choa Kok Sui. So many of us have a lot of goals, fantastic. We are committed. We do this regular purification and energizing of our goals and everything. But how about this entitlement? Are we doing anything to make sure we are karmically entitled to achieve? This manifests as service and tithing. Now we can do both. Like service means whatever you do, whatever energy you put, whatever like activities you do to help people. So in relation to your goals, for example, financial goals, you may have goals about how much money you want to receive. That is how much money in proportion to that, that is how much money you need to give to people. But in terms of service, when you help other people to also become prosperous by either doing some help, like doing some effort to help them improve their business or get more sales or whatever, or even when you sit down in meditation and bless them to achieve the goal, to achieve greater success, to be more prosperous, that is also a part of service. You're helping them to achieve that. Now, in relation to relationships, when you bless people, especially who are looking for a partner, like if you are looking for a partner, you can help other people by blessing them to find the right partner. If you know Kriya Shakti, you can do Kriya Shakti for people who want to have a partner. Or like, so in relation to what you are looking for, you can do service. And tithing just means 1/10, 10% of our income we need to give to charitable organizations. We need to give to spiritual organizations. What I generally do is helping Master Choa Kok Sui's organizations, donating to them, and of course people in need. Whenever you see there are some people who are affected by man-made or natural calamities, that is an avenue, that is a channel to which we can actually donate and help. So life is governed by cycles, by change. The trend may be going upward or downward, but you can govern the future by using the law of cycles. Okay, so this again means I have witnessed this myself. You know, when I started doing tithing, I had some, you know, financial negative karma that I had to work out. So I remember even when I started doing tithing, there were still some months that I didn't have enough and I had to actually borrow from friends. But I kept tithing. I kept doing tithing every month. And I saw that every year it's getting better. Like it reached a point one year that I didn't have to borrow, but I was like zero, you know, nothing extra. But I kept doing tithing, and it's like a circle that is moving upward. And at some point, it reached a point that although I again lost money, I was higher than my highest before in that cycle. And eventually, when we work out all the negative karma in relation to finances, you will not lose that much money anymore. Okay, it reached a point that it like balances and then you start getting more prosperity. I have witnessed this myself and I recommend to everyone. There are so many stories of a lot of businessmen and women who started doing tithing for a business and they achieved great result. I think Colgate, if I'm not mistaken, was one of them. They did. He started a business with his father, and then it got bankrupt, and then he started the business himself. And from Bible, he read that and you need to do tithing. So he started doing tithing, and eventually he became very successful. There are so many stories like that if you read about the life of these successful businessmen and women. So please follow, as Master Chokuksui says, follow simple instructions and start doing it. And you know, tithing should be in relation, in proportion to how much we want to achieve. Like you cannot expect to receive 100,000, let's say, dollars, and you are only donating $1 a month. It should be somehow in proportion. That's why it's called tithing, means 1/10. And if you don't have enough money, at least whatever you can, start donating. And as it gets better, start donating more until you reach that 1/10. And don't also don't worry about not receiving the money back. It's a science. When you give, it will receive. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to really expect it. Just give it and let go, but be sure that it comes back. I have experienced it, Arka has experienced it, so many people in pranic healing have experienced it, and not only even in pranic healing, so many businessmen and women. That's why there are so many of them who have big charities. Now, whether they are nice people or not, we don't know, but they know the science. That's why they have big charity work like opera, like so many of them. Okay, so practice, service. Now, again, let's go back to the targets that we have. Service. Think about the services you can do to help people in relation with your goals. Now, a question in the chat is, okay, it was answered. How can I do service in relation to relationship target? One of the things you can do is to bless people who are also looking for a partner. If you are single, if you are in a relationship but you want to improve your relationship, you can always bless people to have a better relationship. And please try not to make any negative karma. So it means if you have problem in your relationship, please avoid creating problems in other people's relationship. Like sometimes with words, even with thoughts, when we think negative about other people's relationship, or sometimes we comment with sarcasm, or we say things, I'm not saying you do it, I'm just giving examples. We say things that affect other people's relationship, negative karma come back to us as our relationship getting affected. Okay, and if someone is in a relationship, please try avoid stealing one person in a relationship, because that in future the negative karma can come back to you and affect you and your relationship. Now, in terms of to do what, like to do service, think about the ways that you can help people, especially in relation to your goals. So we need to give what we want to receive. So in relation to finances, you can tithe, you can donate, you can help people to have a better business. If you have some skills, if you have some knowledge that you can help them, like some people in their business, they are looking for customers, they don't know how to attract the customers, but you have like some ideas you can share with them. Be generous, share with them, help them improve their business, and the good karma come back to you as prosperity as well. Okay, so write down what you're committed to do. That is to make, we said schedule is a form of emotional commitment. So when you write down, let's say now you think about some people, you know that they are struggling, you come to your mind, I can help that person, I can help this person. Write it down to make sure you actually do it. Tithing, you need regular monthly donation, and tithing, commit a monthly donation in proportion to what you want to earn. Put it aside. Okay, like when I didn't have enough money, I remember that whatever money I have, I put the tithing aside so that I can budget the rest. Because if you don't put it aside, you may use it, or immediately tithe it, so it's gone. You don't think about using it. And bless others. Play and bless other people with what you want to receive. That is another way of helping them. Okay, we are almost running out of time. So there is this meditation twin hearts, many of you know, so we are just explaining for people who are not pranic healers. They don't have a knowledge of meditation twin hearts. This is one of the fantastic ways to generate good karma. Okay, because when we sit and meditate, as a part of this meditation, we visualize the planet Earth and we bless every person, every being on Earth with loving kindness, with all those good things, with goodwill, with will to do good, with good health, with happiness. So when you give, you will also receive. So if you have been doing meditation twin hearts on a regular basis, you will notice that after some time, people will start to get nicer to you. Even if you travel to like a foreign country, you will see people come and help. Like we used to travel a lot before that, those lockdowns with Arco, going to countries and trying to like spread pranic healing, and somehow out of the blue someone comes and help us without us like knowing. And we have traveled to places alone, and then like we meet each other, and if you think about it, it could have been very dangerous but somehow we were protected. All of that is because when you bless everybody, you will also receive blessings. Now, after the twin hearts meditation, spend some more time, bless your business, bless your family, bless your goals. Now, make a commitment to at least for a week to bless everybody's goals who are joining this session. Okay, because when you bless other people's goals, you're helping them to achieve them, so you will also receive blessings. And if all of us do that, see how much energy, how much help we are giving to each other. We help to materialize faster for everybody. Okay, and this meditation twin hearts aims at achieving cosmic consciousness, peace, and illumination. So means doing the meditation twin hearts on a regular basis, not only you will achieve inner peace, but also your intuition will develop. So benefits are improved health, because divine energy comes down and expel negative energies from your system. You will feel healthier, reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, greater happiness, sharper and clear mind again, because all those negative thoughts and emotions get expelled out. Improve relationship, especially if you do it with your partner, and increased intuition. And that intuition you can even use to achieve greater success in your business. Now, for some of you who don't know the process, it starts with a prayer, remembering a happy event, blessing the earth with loving kindness, meditation on the mantra, silence, releasing the excess energy, rooting, and thanksgiving prayer. Once towards the end of the session, and there is an online version of the meditation that you can use. And it's from the Institute for Inner Studies website. We will share in the chat. So if you want to do this meditation regularly and you don't have the CD, you can follow. It's a guided meditation. You need to do exercise, do the meditation, and finish with another exercise. Okay, now let's finish with a daily invocation and some more blessing and thanksgiving, which Arko will guide us through that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we do an invocation, it's important for us to be mentally in the space for receiving the energy of the invocation. Think of it something like this. Someone's given you a phone call, they've called you, and you're saying hello, hello, and the other person is like, hello, yeah, I'll just be there. And they're talking to somebody else at the other end. How do you feel? You don't feel good. So after a while, you're like, just call me back when I have your undivided attention, and you hang up. A lot of us, we do our invocations, we do our affirmations, but we're not focused on the target. We're not focused on the person that we are saying the invocation to. So for example, a lot of people will say to Master Choa Kok Sui, thank you for the blessing, thank you for the blessing, but they're not thinking of the teacher. They're not thinking of the energy of the guru. They're instead thinking about their problems, about their relationships or their money or whatever other issues they have going on in their life at that point in time. If I'm honest with myself, I've done this. I'm guilty of this very many times. I don't put my full awareness. And then suddenly when I say, okay, with gratitude and with respect, it's not very respectful to be thinking of to be talking to the teacher, but thinking about our other problems. So it's a very common situation, right? So we are now going to be saying this invocation this particular prayer. And we're going to be using the words of Master Choa Kok Sui, the founder of Pranic Healing. So I request every one of you to just put your hands on your heart, to just close your eyes and visualize the teacher in front of you. Just imagine Master Choa Kok Sui in front of you, and it's important that you close your eyes. Okay, look at the teacher, smile at the teacher with your eyes, and project all your love to the teacher. And just mentally say, thank you. Thank you, Master Choa, for all your help, all your guidance, for all your protection and your blessings. I am grateful. I am indebted to you, and I'm thankful. Thank you. Thank you. And just stay in that space for a few moments. You can feel the teacher's energy coming to you. Ready? Keep your eyes closed. Just bow your head a little bit to receive more energy and mentally repeat after me. Lord God, thank you for blessing me with one-pointedness and constancy of aim and effort. Thank you for blessing me with an iron will, balanced with intelligence and a compassionate heart, with thanks and in full faith. Lord God, thank you for blessing me with one-pointedness and constancy of aim and effort. Thank you for blessing me with an iron will, balanced with intelligence and a compassionate heart, with thanks and in full faith. Lord God, thank you for blessing me with one-pointedness and constancy of aim and effort. Thank you for blessing me with an iron will, balanced with intelligence and a compassionate heart, with thanks and in full faith. Now, this is meant to be done 7 times. We've done 3. You can do more. Imagine that you are receiving this tremendous energy. What we're going to do is we're going to put our hands out in the blessing position. May every person, every being attending this session be blessed with all the energies, resources, and qualities they require in order to achieve their financial, relational, and health targets. May every person, every being who's registered and attending this session be blessed with all the energies, resources, and qualities required for their financial, relational, and their physical targets. So be it. Now, imagine the earth in front of you. May every person, every being on earth be abundantly blessed with all the energies, resources, and qualities they require. May they all be guided by their higher soul. May they be guided by the great, great ones. May there be peace on earth. May Mother Earth be blessed with good air, good water, and good earth. Blessings be to beloved Mother Earth. Let there be peace. May all those beings who are affected by natural and man-made calamities, may they all be soothed of their pain. May every person, every being be healed. So be it, so be it, so be it. Take a deep breath. Gently open your eyes with a smile. Thank you everyone for joining in for today's session, and stay in touch with us on social media. This recording will be sent out within a few days. It'll be there on your emails that you use to register, and we'll see you for the next ones. And oh, we have a request. If you could just leave a comment on Facebook and Instagram on how you enjoyed the session, if you could leave the comment there, that would be awesome. Hengameh? Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, and see you in the next sessions. Thank you. Atma Namaste.